Okay, good morning everybody. This is Russ here. I've got my little helper here, my daughter Leah, helping me out on this video this morning. Well, I'm going to talk about the best rust primer around. It's called Bluesteel. It's by Aquarius. I purchased this at my local marine hardware. It's a rust converting primer for rusted and metal surfaces. This is great stuff. I used this on my tractor. It had quite a bit of rust on it, and what it is, I'll show you how it works. Definitely best rust primer around. I've done body work on trucks in the past, and the challenge is always to get all that rust off the metal possible, chip it off, grind it off, and then put something on top, paint it, and it's always a challenge so that rust doesn't come back out. This is really good stuff. So what it is it's aqua based, so it's water based product. You buy this by the liter, 946 mil. Give it a good shake. I'll show you how we put it on. So you shake it well, and you have to put it in a container, and just put what you need into the container. Don't dump it back in the bottle because it'll harden up apparently. So this is the instructions the people gave me, the people that sold it to me gave me. So I'm gonna give it a good shake, and I'll pour it in. If Aaliyah can zoom into what it looks like here into the container, I'm gonna pour a little bit in the container. It looks like milk. So we'll put, and you don't need much. It goes a really long way. It's surprising how much I use. I have a big tractor, just did that up, and we used about 1.5 of this. So you put it in the container, and I took this piece just to show. So this piece is really rusty, as you can see. If the rust is flaking off of this, you should really pound the rust off. A little bit of wire brush, and I mean, you'll never get all the rust off. You really got to grind it down to bare metal, and still, then I would still put some of this because it seals as well. So pound the rust off, give it a little wire brush, and then put it on. And what it does, it's really interesting stuff. It goes on like so. It kind of turns blue. I guess that's why it's called Bluesteel. It resembles, once it's dry, I'll show you a piece that I did a couple days ago. It sort of resembles gunmetal blue. I know people redo their guns, and it's called gunmetal. Turns sort of like a purplish blue. It sort of resembles that. So what it does, it doesn't just coat the rust. It turns that rust back into metal. So it sort of converts the rust back into metal. That's why it's called a rust converting primer. It doesn't just cover the rust for good. It kind of converts that rust. And you really can see it work. So we'll do that up here. And it dries pretty quick. Enough to be able to touch it within 10 or 15 minutes, but apparently according to the instructions, you should let it dry for 8 hours before applying any sort of paint onto it. And it comes out sort of like I said, a gun barrel. It comes out right smooth. You don't get that flaky, dusty rust. It turns purplish, and it does a really good job. So that's how you apply it. Now I poured a little bit too much in here. I'll have to go find some rusty stuff around the yard, see if I can use it up. But you never pour it back into the bottle. Now a couple of days ago, I'm putting these fenders onto my sawmill, and I did them up because these bars were used metal, and I put a weld there, and there's a little bit of rust coming out. I did this a few weeks ago. So what I did, this is bare metal. I might give it a coat of it onto this metal, I might not. But what I did is I painted this and let it dry. This has been dried for 2 days, so if you can zoom in there, you can see it's sort of turned, it's like a purplish blue. Really does a great job, and as you can see, it's really smooth. And I'll just put paint over the whole thing, and in a few years to come, I guess I'll really give it a test to see if it really works like it does. But this is a marine application, so they use this on ships where there's rust. They put this over it, and I mean, like I said, they use this on ships that go out into the salt ocean. So it must be good stuff. It's industrial stuff. It's made by Aquarius, and it's called Bluesteel. Look it up. It's really good stuff. Hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Talk to you later.